Hello there, everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of Tame Wild, the Home of Beasts. So, today, well, I can finally say the city is in an okay shape. We got certainly a lot of things still to do. I have to check out if we actually have enough timber for all the plants that we have issued. I highly doubt it. And besides that, well, I think the people that come to Tame Wild now have really enough room to live in. So that problem's been dealt with. What are we going to do today then? Well, I want to reorganize this mess. As you see there, well, we got quite a lot of everything here, and I want to put my kitchen stuff in an orderly place, and well, I think this entire area here can see a rework. I have figured that we're going to use this region for that. I mean, it is unclear how much room we're actually going to have here, but we're going to find out. So let's do this. I'm pretty sure that the aquifer will surely have some words to say here, but well, it's less bad than I anticipated. Alright, so we're going to use this hallway here to do our kitchening here. Kitchen adventures will be happening here. And I also want to find out if I can somehow maybe find the caverns. I haven't fully given up on that yet. It's still something on my bucket list for this fort. I still haven't fired up the cheat mode because, you know, that feels like being beaten by this old ruddy mountain, and I don't want to. I don't want to give up on this. So my guess currently, my best guess currently, is that the issue is pretty simple, that the tier 1 caverns are located inside of the aquifers area. That's why we're not finding it. It's literally in the wet rock, I bet. So, well, we'll see what we can do about that. But for now, we're just going to start up the kitchen hall. I mean, I do dislike here that we obviously have a very limited amount of space to work with. But, well, it should be enough to get the party started here. So, what also does fall, or what I also do realize the whole time more and more, is that we have a lot of dolomite. Jeez. We're excavating currently way more dolomite than we are using with our enterprises, and I think I need to do something about that. Alright. But the good part is we're also excavating a lot of cassiterite at the same time, so, well, hooray metal. Ooh, aquifer. So, well, we're going to set up now the workshops. I'll be putting up several stills in the starting area, and yeah, we're going big time here, 6 of them. Then we're going to set up some kitchens. I mean, most of the time I do complete overkill here, but I personally like to have this sort of over-providing workshops, or this way of over-providing workshops, because I feel like it's thematically fitting. We have the farmers' workshops down below in the farmers' guild hall, so we don't need that too desperately. We're going to set up butchers and tanners, although, well, most of the time these workshops are best set up where the actual butchering is happening, but, well, one thing at a time. And we're going to use this as our big old fat wine cellar. And, well, hopefully we can store the food there as well. And it is autumn again. That means the caravan from from the mountain home will arrive soon. That is really terrific news. So we're going to store our drinks in this area, and that means this corridor, well, let's just say we'll have to expand on it big time. And we are going to start digging into this direction here as well, so we can expand our food stockpiles at the same time. Oh, look at that! The forces of darkness seek to parley. No, we won't parley with you filthy creatures. We will close our doors and let you find the way inside Tamewild yourself. So, well, sadly, it is pretty clear that our war rhinos are more of a decorational nature, but I don't care, you see. Alright, let's see. There is a pretty spiffy amount of goblins rolling in. It's a squad of 10 versus 2 dwarves, so it's hardly a fair battle. Way too few goblins. So they're slowly moving towards the castle, the fort, however you want to call it. So let's follow the goblin spearman's perspective. So they're slowly closing on into the fort. Let's see how that'll work. I'm very fond of my fighters being able to fight back this stuff. Although we really need better gear, more gear. We need more soldiers. This is really, really obvious. And the mayor wants goods to be produced. Hold your thought, Fath. It is not the time right now. So, the first goblins are getting closer to the fort, and they saw some civilians scuttling around, and that triggered their bloodlust. And that also triggered them going into the meat grinder and meeting my rhinos. And now, well, the rest is just my soldiers being soldiering around, I guess. Yeah, you see here that these 2 crazy horses are just killing off everybody. Car and Autumn have really taken down a lot of these. Hey, look! The portraits have been updated. Nice. So, yeah. Let's see. Only 1 goblin in Tamewild, but, well, there's also a few named ones among these. This one, though, killed 8 goblins here in Tamewild, so Vukar, definitely. He's not only a High Master Gelder, but he's also good at decimating the gobs. Nice. Alright, so that's been a bloody good job, pun intended. And we're going to smelter their filthy gear. There is quality stuff here. I see steel. I see iron. I see profit. So, my friends, what is it this time? Shields. Alright. So, well, there's still this problem that my industry is eating wood like crazy these days. So let's make sure that we don't accidentally chop trees that are still needed. And let's order wooden shields. Only 3 of them, obviously. Let's make sure that we chop that wood. Yep, the woodcutters are on it. How many do we have here on that task? Dumet and Ubul. Tell you what, Dumet, you are dwarf of the day, my friend. So, Dumet the animal trainer, by now an accomplished animal trainer. Spouse of Doran Goldensling. I've forgotten who she is. Oh, the manager. He's the manager's husband. So, let's see. He married last winter, and well, obviously, except for the uneasiness about dead goblins around him, he's living the life. He is training animals, he's chopping trees, and he's quite damn happy with it. Well, Dumet, I really like to see that. We have him bonded with the war rhinos. Hard. Jeez. Dumet really loves his animals, that's for sure. And the caravan has arrived. So also Dumet is a people person. Sheesh! I haven't seen somebody having so many connections in one fort since a pretty long time. You are one of the most popular dwarfs of the day. That's one thing I can surely say. So, well, let's see. The caravan has arrived and, well, I'm pretty sure by now that we need to liberate our home castle to unlock the ability to get baronies again. So I kind of made that already my unofficial goal. Alright, the corpse stockpile is brim-filled with pain and misery. We need to expand it. Well, that brings me to the point that actually we might be needing to dispose them differently. But, well, we'll see about that. I mean, when in doubt, just whip up the Atom Smasher. Okay, but back to the Farmer's Hall. You guys made a darned rude interruption there. Seriously. So we're going to use that corner now for all the rest of the food stuff. Except for the drinks and the seeds. Because these ought to be stored somewhere else. There we go. Okay. With that all now being done, we're going to delete this Omni stockpile for good now, and that'll bring the stuff finally downstairs. So we have here a mechanics workshop, which is also oddly out of place, and we still have room back here. So I feel like we're going to fill in the gaps here. Let's put up a mechanic there, so that one can go from this point as well. We don't need the still here anymore. The tanner. Crafts dwarf, I gotta check back where my crafts dwarfs are at. But, well. I have enough workshops down here to count as, to count as sufficient, to be in a sufficient amount. English ain't Englishing as hard as I like to English these days. So, diplomacy is happening. Hey, I was wrong. The first barony of the Banner of Shadow. I have successfully revived this culture. Love it. We did it, man. We did it. We did it. So, I have to look up now who's going to receive the honors of being the very first Baron of the Banner of Shadow. That is indeed, to me personally, a pretty difficult question. So, let's see, how many of the old school people? I mean, that is pretty much the entire Founders crew. I feel like one of these has to get the job. Seriously, everything else would be... nah. Just not right. They are the ones that held their pickaxes into the front line from the beginning, since 18 freaking years. Those are the people who ought to be buried. Okay, I'm done now, and I think I'm going to pick Libash, as she is one legendary engraver. Her skill is found to be in many places, and I think it would be a sick thing to have her the first Baroness of the Banner of Shadow. I will regret that decision for sure, because when I check out her preference, wow, DF hacks seriously is pretty brutal. Look at that. It even shows me the preferences. I was just about to say that she'll feature some sick preferences, but honestly, traction benches, well, we've been the fort of doctors anyways, so let's continue that trend. Well, what can I say? It makes me so gosh darn happy. we can now order much more interesting things than ever before, especially stone. Because now the caravans will be able to carry much more stuff. So we're gonna be ordering hematite, magnetite, and, well, let's see, some... what's the stuff called again? I will find you. I know that I'll know your look. So obviously we don't have the stone that yields copper here, which is bull because Sandwalls has copper. They're just not exporting it. Filthy creatures. But yeah, well, can't change it. We are gonna be only importing then the metals that are the ores that will yield iron. That's what I was trying to say. So, cages, pets. So, do you guys finally export elephants? Tell me. No. Too bad. I'd be totally importing and breeding elephants if you'd let me. But whatever. We got some nice orders and, well, we got a barony. I feel like celebrating. Seriously, this is a massive piece of good news. This also means that this trade depot now is no longer sufficient. We're going to need way better things than these, but, you know, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. So we're going to be bringing them some exquisite statuary here. And hope they bring some good trade items back. Alright. But the good part is, I do see the beds being delivered. And when we check out the bedrooms, there's lots of unclaimed bedrooms. That is always, to me personally, a very, very good sign. Because that means we got lots of room to spare. No statues, though. They take a while until they are lobbed over there. So, we have to designate a baron's living quarters now, finally. Well, that's so good. Because that means we finally have a chance to passively generate estates around us. These are autonomous little dwarven colonies, so to speak, and they would expand the reach of our civilization enormously. I love that. Geez, how long does it take for these statues to be delivered? Well, we got one here that we can already trade, and that should be enough to get the most important things done. Yes, yes. Oh boy, they deem it not enough. Jeez, friends. That's what trading with dwarves feels like. So we're going to bring the... Nah, we're not going to sell the super valuable statue away for that. I want to gift that, you see. Come on, guys. Well, apart from that, I feel like the reorganization project was a full success. So that is really, really good. That also means we can finally free up this area here. Ah, here, the still and the kitchen are still around here. And the carpenter. The carpenter, though, does not have a different spot yet, so, well, where will we put down that? I mean, as you see there, this fort has its issues on many, many ends. Ugh. well, I'd say we put down the carpenters into this vicinity. Yes, that creates even more dolomite. I am well aware, but it also creates a good working environment where we can store timber, have a few workshops, and everything is fine. So, finally the statues have been all carried up here. So, we're going to try that one more time with this deal. There goes. And the rest of the statues are a gift, my friends. For free. There we go. So, I'll be cooking up a Baron's apartment for the next episode, because I always love to do these decisions off camera, because, you see, it is sometimes quite hard to cook up the good thoughts for these on camera. Surely understand. So, but yeah, those rooms, they're being claimed. The ones that I just saw being unclaimed start being claimed. But, well... Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, as you see there, it's just about enough. I think when the next wave of immigrants hits town, we will need just a few more apartments, but seriously, now it is a matter of just a few more apartments. I'm quite happy about that. Also, this dining hall here is looking miserable. It's been bothering me since many episodes, but I end up forgetting to change something about that every time. You don't want to know how many times I have reminded myself while I was not recording an episode that I forgot this dining hall. Sounds silly, but I really do think about these things sometimes. As a consolation of sorts, we're going to engrave this. So, Baroness Liebusch. Damn, I am so happy. This is the good news that this fort has been waiting for. Also, I think we should be able to gear out more soldiers now. So we got 12 iron bars and 13 bronze bars. That is something to work with. Even steel bars. So that brings me up to ordering new stuff. Oh god, beast has popped up. But we're not going to get bothered by that. So, what's been Olaf's specialization again? Blacksmith. Why exactly are you here? So, Unip's the weaponsmith. Alright. I think the sad truth was that I didn't have any armorsmith that was worth being put up there. And for some reason the game doesn't bother sorting them for armor smithing. Yeah, I remember. All the things we got now with DFAC and all, but that's not a thing. So Regoth is a proficient armor smith, so we're going to let him do that here. Okay, enough about that. So we require iron breastplate 2 times. So that binds 6 of the bars. We're going to make iron helms 2 times. And iron gauntlets. I think that is all my iron spent. So we are going to continue now with bronze greaves. And bronze low boots. So only the shield slot is missing. We're now going to order ourselves some steel battle axe. I have no clue how much material these cost. I keep forgetting. But I think my steel is only sufficient for one of these weapons, so we're going to order a bronze spear on top of that. Okay, so once these jobs are through, we have the material for 2 more fighters. Isn't that nice? Also, I feel like expanding my valuable stockpile here. Alright. And more people are arriving. Just when I called it that our rooms are almost spent, more people are arriving. But that is okay. We are going to expand anyways. Hey, a deal! Fine thing that you are here around as well. So yeah, it's always a pleasure for me to see former legendaries and main protagonists arriving. That's always a good thing. Damn, now I've missed how many steel bars there he hauled there. But, well, never mind. We can totally make a steel spear. I wish this would work like that. But no, we have to click through all the 1,000 sub-menus here. Okay. Oh, look here. Eurist found some gemstone. I love it. Zircon is a nice, valuable stone, and therefore we are going to go absolutely all in on that vein. So I'll be feeling much safer with a total of 4 soldiers here, because that'll mean we're going to be much better at defending ourselves from these goblin forces. I think 4 soldiers are all it takes to defend Tamewild from outside attackers. I mean, it is a meager fighting force, but, well, we can expand it over time as we are getting more and more metals now. Let's see how the next caravan will be. Oh, I think I have... Yeah, I've bound or Kivish for no reason there, so... Okay. Love how this place is coming along. So let's see. Do we have any animals here in our daycare? Well, sadly not. We only have 1 giant lion that I want to train, and we have 1 giant leopard. But, well, that's one thing that I need to work on in the future. So here's been the whole deal. I did that all because I want to relocate the regular animal pasture as well. It simply bothers me that my animals are so in the line of fire for any form of defense system that we might think of. Therefore, we're going to relocate the regular animal pasture to this magnificent spot, which will leave the entire halls here finally entirely free. Unicorn hair thread. Boy, that sounds seriously badass. Love it. So, yeah. The pasture here will still have to grow into shape, but it'll offer us now total creative freedom on how to pipeline the enemy through all manner of wild shenanigans. Because I figured that for this fort, I just don't want to build a large fortification complex outside. I just don't want to. This feels outright wrong for Tamewild. I want Tamewild to be that little hidden barony where we breed unicorns and rhinos and other animals suffering from gigantism because we are obviously compensating something. Anyways, my friends, it's sadly time to end today's episode yet again. I'm quite happy at where we ended at. I have a feeling that the bedrooms will be running out very soon, but that is only a mediocre problem, as we need to set up a new Baron's quarter anyways, so this is a good excuse to set up a nice luxury living area anyways alongside with that. Alright, let's just finish the job before I end the video in terms of carpenters' workshops and stockpiles and whatnot. And then I feel like my plans for today have been fully accomplished. I mean, we have now a couple of carpenters' workshops. Also going to be setting up the bowyers just in case somebody has a weird mood. And yeah, we're ready, friends. So thank you so much for watching. I am thrilled about this episode, especially since we now finally have the Barony. This is such a piece of good news because I was so insecure whether or not my whole roleplay plans are feasible or not. So now I know that it works, and it makes me gosh darn happy. Happy enough to give my dwarves some time to brush the walls. They obviously love it, or why else are they all swarming to that task, huh? So leave me your comments, and leave a thumbs up as well, or subscribe, or do all of the things, and check out the description box if you're looking for the playlist, or playlists of lots of Dwarf Fortress stuff. You'll find them there. You'll also find my Discord, my Twitch channel where I do stream weekly, or as often as I can, basically. And there's also Patreon, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, and it'd be really, really awesome of you if you decided that my work is worth a dime or two. Anyways, thanks for being around. Thanks for supporting Icon Gaming. I deeply, deeply appreciate you folks, and thanks for staying until the very end. I really appreciate that as well. Have a wonderful day, and see you all next time.